Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League, and welcome of course to all our viewers on Sporty Stuff TV and on our YouTube channel, and of course your chosen bookmaker. We're going to have a quick recap of what's happened so far this week and a look at what happened on day one of the Group A, and that is the league table after day one. Neil Duff winning 5 out of 5. A big notable casualty on day one was Kevin Painter winning just 1 match out of 5, despite averaging 95 for the day. On day two, a much better day for Kevin Painter, that's for sure. He picked up 2 wins on day two. Martin Adams, yet again, still dominant. Joint top of the table, only beating Fallon Sherrock by leg difference. Both players winning 4 out of 5. And then the final day yesterday of Group C finished like this. Kevin Painter dominant, winning 5 out of 5. Martin Adams was the overall winner of Group A, which we're going to take a quick look at. Fallon Sherrock there as well had a very good day. Group A finished like this. Martin Adams won 10 out of his 15, 20 points plus 18. Now, second and third, who we're going to see this evening, was Neil Duff and Kevin Painter, bottom after day one, and finished third to avoid going back into the Group C morning group, which featured this morning Gary Stone and Fallon Sherrock and Roland Richards, of course. Richard Rowlands, should I say. And today was a very good day for Gary Stone. He won 4 out of 5 matches with some impressive performances, as did Fallon Sherrock. Josh Richardson picked up 3 wins from 5 matches. Keelan K2, our debutant David Wazuski, he picked up 2 wins, and Richard Rowlands unfortunately had a very tough day. So we know Martin Adams is already in the final. We know 2 of our 5 players for this very tough Group B, and that includes Neil Duff and Kevin Painter. The other 3 players are just a former World Cup champion and a world champion in Wayne Warren and Jim Williams. There's the draw for tonight. Also includes the Muffin Man, Steve Hein. Our opening match is Steve Hein against Jim Williams. And then we'll be getting into Wayne Warren versus Neil Duff. And then Kevin Painter against Steve Hein. 5 players in this Group B. The top 3 will qualify after our second round of matches tomorrow night to join Martin Adams in that final. And then the top two from our Group C, the morning group, will make up the 6 players for Saturday night's final. So let's get on and have a look at the 2 players in our opening match tonight, which does feature Steve Hein against Jim Williams. Steve Hein is the 11-4 outsider of the 2, 1-4 about Jim Williams. So the bookies fancy him strongly, considering they wouldn't have seen him play a lot of darts. He is the 2-1 joint favourite to win the group with Kevin Painter. Neil Duff 3-1, Wayne Warren 5s, Steve Hein 14s. And you see confirmation of his World Cup singles win. I'll have a little chat about his achievements in the sport a little later. I certainly make this one a lot closer than the bookies think it's going to be. We already have 3 players for our second Champions Week already qualified. Last week's winner, Conan Whitehead. The runner-up, Martin Thomas. And Jamie Kelling, who won the 3rd and 4th place playoff. Those 3 already in for Champions Week 2. We'll have another 3 players on Saturday night. And then we'll have 2 more weeks of qualifying. And then we have Champions Week number 2.
First leg, it's Steve
where the winner
first.
will pick up
Game on.
a very substantial £6,000. And news is
85.
will continue to increase. Popularity of this has taken us, well, all by surprise. Players,
60.
of course, absolutely love it, including Richard Rowlands, despite finding it rather tough. He was our mad
44.
qualifier, of course. Our week 1 of phase 2 mad qualifiers. He actually played very well. Robert Rickwood, he made it all the way to finals night, of course.
177. 100.
Over the course of the opening 3 days in Group A, Martin Adams had a high of 102.29. Fallon actually had the highest average of
140.
102.33. Gary Stone at 100.29. Kevin Painter
60.
at 100.53.
Jim, you require 124.
Some high quality performances. And a 124 for a breaker throw. Not going to finish now on this visit.
44.
Leaves 80 after 12. Against the darts. Best of 7, first of 4, all the matches, as always.
60.
2 points for a win.
Jim, you require 80.
The top 2 after tomorrow night's second round of matches will go through to Saturday's final. Sorry, the top 3 in this group, the top 2 from Group C.
60.
Just
Steve, you require
pings the wire
152.
of tops. Another one of those for double 16. Oof.
100. Jim, you require 20.
To make the perfect start. With a break of throw in leg 1.
Game shot on the first leg.
Jim Williams.
Jim Williams.
Finds the double 10 for a 17 dart breaker throw to get this one underway. A fascinating start to the night.
Second leg, it's Jim to throw first. Game on. $58.
Made the final, of course, in
59.
2020 of the now deceased BDO World Championships. Semi-finals of the World Masters in 2018, Jim Williams. As I said, 2019.
59.
Also picked up the BDO World Trophy. And a winner of that very
100.
prestigious World Cup singles back in 2015. A winner of multiple BDO ranking events over the years is Jim.
60.
Dating as far back as 2015 when he won that breakthrough World Cup singles.
140.
This is a better leg from Steve Hein.
$95. $42.
Steve Hein, of course, has played in many World Championships, World Match Plays, made the quarterfinals of the UK Open back in 2007. Won a PDC
125.
ranking event
160.
when it was the UK Open regional qualifiers. Look at this.
120.
So close for a 160. Yeah,
Jim,
back
you
in
require
2005, the
104.
Northeast Regional. They were tough to win back then. Played over 2 days. Double 12.
80.
That would have hurt. But an opportunity.
Steve, you require 40. Game shot on the second leg.
Steve Hein takes it. A 16 dart instant break back for Steve Hein. Like I said, I think that 11-4 was, well, outrageous.
Third leg, it's Steve to throw first. Game on. 60. $80.
One on the floor, in and out, that one.
$125.
Very hard to get a read out of Steve Hein. Actually played him in a World Championship many moons ago.
45.
What year? I have no clue.
81. $100. $100. $100. Steve, you require 135. 100.
Well, I'm just having a look, and it was the last 64 of the 2006 PDC World Championships. I can remember losing the first set, and then I don't think I dropped a leg after that.
$58. Steve, you require 35. 6 scored. $19. Jim, you require 118.
So 118 for Jim for a third consecutive break of throw in this match. Our opening match of the night. 10 to bring you in total.
Game shot on the
Ooh,
third
that
leg.
will hurt.
Jim Williams.
Steve Hein, he made a little bit of a mess of that, didn't he? Should be leading 2-1. He's a breakdown and 2-1 behind.
Fourth leg, it's Jim to throw first. Game on. $100. $121.
So no, I lost to Jim once. Only played him once.
41.
It was at a Riley's event, and he gave me an absolute thumping. Still likes to remind me of that to this day.
100. $60.
On course for our fourth break of throw.
140.
4 140s in the match now, 2 apiece. 14 scores of a ton or more.
15. Steve, you require 140.
Take a steady ton here, of course, to leave tops. It's going to be awkward now. Moves left.
60.
Unlucky. Down to 80, though. Jim way back.
$100. Steve, you require 80. 64.
Certainly not too many players Steve Hines had wins over the years. Just having a look through
65. Steve, you
History
require
wins
60.
over Adrian Lewis, Dave Chisnell, Baxter, MVG, Robert Thornton, Terry Jenkins 4 times. The list is endless.
Game shot on the 4th leg. Steve Hein.
And that is another break of throw. Break of throw number 4 out of 4 in this match. Can somebody hold throw? I'm about to find out if
5th leg,
Steve
it's
Hein
Steve
can.
to throw first. Game on.
Steve Hein actually
80.
looking at his record against Kevin Painter, who'll be playing tonight. Those two have played 11 times over the years, and it's 8-3 in favour of KP.
100.
They'll be playing in our 3rd match this evening.
190.
Well, that's our first 180 of the night. Gary Stone today hit 12. Pretty sure that's a record in the live league.
$125. 60. 58.
So, Steve Hein has 2 visits to get rid of this 181 to give us our first hold of throw.
100.
81 after 12.
58. Steve, you require 81. 41. Jim, you require 160.
Steve Hein go close to this a little earlier. Oh, it's not on now.
60. Steve, you
tops.
require 40.
For 3-2.
Game shot on the 5th leg.
And
Steve Hein.
we eventually do get a hold of throw, and it does go to Steve Hein, and he now is just 1 leg away. Winning legs so far in this match for Steve Hein in 16, 18 and 17. 17 and 18, the 2 for Jim Williams. Even if Jim does go on to win from here, he is
140.
being examined as I suggested, and that 11-4 for me was wrong.
140.
21 correct this week.
60.
6 out of 7 today. I'll give you an extra couple of bonus ones today.
100.
Obviously, it's a little bit difficult, where the other matches I've got relevant and recent data to give you and pass on. Not seen either of these two play for quite some time. Steve Hein
85.
always comes to play and is always tough to beat, as we're seeing
60.
right here, right now. He is 3-2 up. And he's got Jim. Oh, he's getting him at it, isn't he? Jim's going to have to produce, and fast. Needs a treble.
60.
Doesn't get one. Not sure he looks quite in the mood to take 156 out, so Steve Hein here
105.
leaves a 2-dart finish after
Jim,
12.
you require 156. 44. Steve, you require 96. Game, shot, and the match. Steve Hein.
There you go. Well, I hope you listened and maybe had a small dabble on that 11-4 shot. It was just way too big, wasn't it? Those who know darts, I'm pretty sure, will agree. Okay, up next, Wayne Warren and Neil Duff. brought to you exclusively on Sporty Stuff TV. Match number 2 of 10 we're going to bring you this evening. Up next, and it's current BDO World Champion, or the last ever BDO World Champion, Wayne Warren, up against Neil Duff.
First leg, it's Wayne to throw first. Game on.
Neil Duff's best run in a major came in 2019 when he reached the quarterfinals of the World Masters.
100.
Wayne Warren, of course, the champion in 2020 of the BDO Worlds, quarterfinal of the World Masters in 2018. Made the World Cup singles semi-finals on 2 occasions, 2011 and 13.
140.
And a winner of the Antwerp Open, the Gold Cup back in 2014, a wonderfully traditional tournament.
85.
BDO International Open in 2012. And a tournament I used to love attending, the Glamorgan Open.
80.
Oh, a seriously tough field that used to produce back in the day. Glamorgan, of course, should be a wonderful county side as well. An
100.
array of stars and talent used to play for them. They went 10 to 11 about Wayne Warren, 4 to 5 about Neil Duff,
145.
who leaves 36 after 12 against the darts.
59. Neil, you require 36. Game shot on the first leg. Neil Duff.
And a very, very impressive start from Neil Duff. We did see some good stuff from him over the first 3 days of Group A. And he started
Second leg,
tonight
Neil to throw first.
with a purpose. On. 14 dart break of throw.
125.
Neil Duff had a high over the 3 days of 101.90, hit 13 180s. Won over 53%
100.
of the legs he played, 60% of the matches.
140. 140. 96. Neil, you require 136. 120.
Oh, narrowly missing the double 8 for the 136 for a 12 dart leg with the darts.
85.
Wayne, of course,
Neil, you require 16.
pretty much directly after his win at the World Championships, was denied.
Game shot on the second leg. Neil Duff.
Oh, about 18 months of exhibition work and keeping busy on the board, and like everybody else, didn't have anything to play in. So a little bit rusty here, Wayne Warren.
Third leg, it's Wayne to throw first. Game on. 100.
Nothing wrong with the performance so far of Neil Duff. Yeah, previously played 23 matches in
41.
live league a little while ago. Had a high of 96.97, 25 180s in 23 matches. Still has that scoring power in the locker.
$140.
Impressed with Neil Duff this week. Not a player I knew an awful lot about coming in to this week's action.
140.
I've known Wayne for, well, Wayne's been playing for
137.
a couple of decades.
Wayne,
let's
you
put it that way.
161.
One of the game's real good guys. Shame he was treated so poorly.
95. $59. Wayne, you require 66.
There's a couple of options here. That's one of them, to leave double 18.
Game shot on the
Beautiful.
third leg. Wayne Warren.
Well, we've not had a leg over 14 darts in this match so far. It's certainly picked up the pace from what was a very good opening
Fourth
match
leg, it's
between
Neil to throw
Steve
first.
Hine and Gene Williams.
$97.
Steve Hine will certainly take that start, a 4-2 win over Jim Williams, averaged
100.
87.27, which is very, very respectable. Also, congratulations today to Peter Wright picking up another Pro Tour title.
100.
Also, congratulations to Bunty. Picked up his first title on Monday in a
95.
well, quite a few years, let's put it that way. Also wins for Chris Doby and
43.
Ross Smith. We've got quite a few players making their debut in the match play, which starts a week on
95.
Saturday. Devin Peterson, Damon Hetta, Dirk van Duivenbode, Ross Smith, Luke Humphries, Ryan Searle and Callan Ridds, all making their debuts.
100.
Notable absentees who were seeds in 2020. Adrian Lewis and Simon Whitlock seem to have been ever present. Well, in recent years, that's for sure.
100.
No Ricky Evans, no
Neil,
Steve
you
Beaton
require
for
161.
20 years. Remember playing him on his debut in 98. Missed out for a couple of years and then did 20 on the trot.
99.
He's missing
Wayne, you
out.
require 111.
Keegan Brown, Justin Pipe, Ryan Joyce, Jamie Hughes, Jeffrey Desant, Jermaine Watsamina, all in it last year. Not in it this year.
46.
Is it eventually
Neil, you require
another change of the
62.
guard? It's going to get one dart at tops here.
22.
65 then for Wayne.
65.
25 for tops. There's the treble 11 double 16 route, of course. Oh, too good. 7 double 4, 3 double 6.
Game shot on
Brilliant.
the fourth leg. Wayne
Absolutely
Warren.
brilliant from Wayne Warren there. Was 2-0 down. He's responded in 32 darts to win the last two legs. He's back in this one and it's back on throw.
Fifth leg, it's Wayne to throw first. Game on. $100.
Neil Duff averaging 94. Wayne Warren averaging
100.
88. The draw will be
80.
tomorrow midday-ish. I will endeavour to keep you up with the draw as it happens during our coverage of the final 15 matches of
121.
Group C. I will, of course, be in Blackpool for all 9 evening sessions, covering it for TalkSport. Make sure you download the app. You won't miss a thing. Even if you're out in the car or out at the shops with the wife, you'll be able to stay tuned in, or your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. Should stay there.
90.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But he's down to a finish of 91. Neil Duff can pressure this.
$82.
Lovely
Wayne
cover shot.
require 91.
Treble 17 for tops. 17 treble 14 double 16. Okay, 88 has multiple options. Treble 20 double 14.
43. Neil, you require 98.
Treble 18 for double 12. I think he thought about staying there. That was a good lie for him. Could have used that dart
48.
to bump in off. 16 double 16 for Wayne. Oops. Well, yeah, sensibly going for the 8 because
8.
the double 16 was masked.
Neil, you require 40.
And that's just a lack of practice for Wayne Warren there.
Game shot on the 5th.
Neil Duff, of course,
Neil Duff
is playing his 4th day or 4th session of darts this week, and he makes no mistake, pops in the tops for a 3-2 lead and a breaker throw.
6th leg, it's Neil to throw first. Game on. $60. $140.
I do have a feeling this group is going to go down to the wire.
140.
Certainly legs difference and count back will play its part.
81. $140. $60. Neil, you require 161.
Well, he wants the ball. I'm not sure if he'll go for it or not. Well, he does.
127.
Not sure why. But no 180 to real pressure it. 140 might make him think.
85. Neil, you require 34.
Well, for a very tidy performance indeed. 2 double 16. Double 8.
18. Wayne, you require 135.
They go for the ball here with his first dart. 25 leaves 110, which can be completed in 2 darts, of course.
$20. Neil, you require 16. $8.
Well, Wayne will be furious to have
Wayne, you require 115.
got lower off of that 135 than 115. Only 20 scored in the end, but 15 and tops. Got to make sure of the 15. Tops he needs.
95.
Had an opportunity to level things up. Would have had the darts in the 7th and deciding leg.
And the match.
As it
Neil
is,
Duff.
Neil does close it out with a 19 dart hold of throw in the end. The numbers up until those missed darts at doubles were very, very good. He was around the mid-90s. Ended with a 90.7. 6 140s. 11 darts missed at a double. That's how well he scored in that game to still end up with an average of nearly 91 with 11 wasted darts. Right, we're going to be straight back with Kevin Painter against Steve Hein. Live League for match number 3. Well, these two have got a bit of history, not quite as much as Jim Williams and Wayne Warren, who we'll see a little bit later. Here's Kevin Painter, 53 now, originally from Cambridgeshire, up against Steve Hein, 52 from
first leg,
Coventry.
It's Kevin to throw first.
Don't live a
Game on.
million miles away from each other nowadays, I suppose.
180.
No warm-up darts for KP. Like I said, finished
82.
on Wednesday on a massive high, winning 5 out of 5.
135.
8-3 in their head-to-heads over the years between these two in ranking
99.
play. They first played as far back as 2005 in a Players' Championship in Ireland.
100.
And they last played 5 years ago in a Grand Slam
100.
qualifier.
Kevin, you require 86.
Kevin won their first meeting. Steve won their last. Never played on TV though.
46.
Tops after 12 for Kevin Painter in the opening leg of this match number 3.
50.
Kevin was a 2
Kevin,
to
you
9
require
shot.
40.
I make Kevin a marginal favourite.
Game shot on the
On
first
the
leg. Kevin
basis
Painter.
of how he played in the opening 3 days, despite not getting the results on Monday. Like I said, averaged 95 on Monday across the whole day.
Second leg.
and
It's
won
Steve
one
to
match.
throw first. Game on.
Put that right, of course, on
59.
Wednesday, winning all 5 out of 5. But that was a very conclusive leg there
60.
from Kevin. A 15-dart hold of throw.
$95.
Kevin Painter, of course, went oh so close to
44.
winning the World Championships in 2004 when he was involved in that absolute
99.
epic with Phil Taylor. Back in the old BDO days. Made the
85.
quarterfinals in 2000, in 2001. 2009
44.
made the semi-final of the UK Open, but eventually had his breakthrough, winning the 2011 Players' Championship.
100. $44. $180. Steve, you require 160. 100. Kevin, you require 32.
Oh, a beautifully timed second maximum for Kevin.
Game shot on the second leg. Kevin Painter.
And that's a 16-dart breaker throw for KP. And in the blink of an eye, just 31 darts, finds himself 2-0 up and with the darts in leg 3.
Third leg, it's Kevin to throw first. Game on. $100.
Nice little, I don't know, pub quiz type question for when we're allowed to
60.
actually sit close enough to talk in pubs. Which two players won the same TV
30.
tournament in the same calendar year? The answer, Kevin Painter and Phil Taylor.
58.
And the tournament, the Players' Championships. Due to the
59.
date coming back in the calendar.
60.
And if you actually look on the trophy, both of their names are on it under 2011. Not bad company.
96. $122. 100. 105.
Friend and colleague
Kevin, you
here, of course, at the
require
Online Darts Live
116.
League, Paul Nicholson. He was a winner of the tournament in 2010. On that occasion, it was played at the beautiful and historic Circus Tavern.
60.
Of course, that's
Steve,
where
you
the
require 96.
World Seniors event will be in February. Qualifiers for that coming up in November. If you're not entered yet,
Game shot on the third.
make it quick.
Steve Hine.
Steve Hein breaks back in 18 darts there. He's going to make a game of this one for sure. As we saw in that opening
Fourth
match
leg,
against
Steve
Jim
to
Williams,
throw first.
Steve Hein
Game
has
on.
still got game.
41.
There is a couple of tickets available for the World Seniors event at the Circus Tavern in February. I said the qualifiers are in November.
100.
Kevin Painter already taking his place in the tournament in February. He was invited.
180.
Should imagine Steve Hein will be in the qualifiers. Certainly, looking at this, wouldn't want to be drawing him early. Well, at any time.
81. 60. 100.
Paul Nicholson back in the hot seat next week.
81. 140.
It's a much better turn there
Steve, you
from Kevin
require
Painter.
139.
For the 39 tops.
83.
So 80
Kevin, you require 80.
for a 3-1 lead. Averaging 92 at the moment, Kevin. 20 and tops. Big moment this.
60. Steve, you require 56. 36.
Well, if Kevin can find this double 10, he's dodged one here.
Kevin, you require 20.
Well, following this one, a repeat of that BDO 2020 final. Jim Williams
shot on the
against
fourth
Wayne
leg.
Warren.
Kevin Painter.
As Kevin Painter does find the double 10 and does re-establish that 2-leg cushion. His to lose from here.
Fifth leg, it's Kevin to throw first. Game on. 43. 100. 59. 100.
Poor couple of opening visits for Kevin has put him under a little bit of unnecessary pressure. He's just falling into the trap
44.
of trying that little bit too hard.
81. 134.
Well, Steve Hein has stolen the darts here.
45.
And now He's left the door open for Kevin to take them back. That's about the door being open. He's just walking straight through it.
140. 60. Kevin, you require 81.
Well, to get off to an extremely strong start to the night. 12 and ball. Button for the win.
56.
Will
Steve,
he
you require
be back
150.
at the 25? Well, he can still finish. Oof.
55.
Trouble 20 there with dart number 2. Would have left
Kevin,
tops.
you require 25.
9 for double 8. There's the 9.
Game, shots, and the match. Kevin
That
Painter.
is a very, very tidy performance indeed for Kevin Painter to start the night. Well, he won five matches to 0 on Wednesday and starts tonight unbeaten. An 86.44 average. A little bit of a wobble in the middle, but ultimately a very solid performance, and he tops the table. All right, our next match, it is Wayne Warren versus Jim Williams. evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League, brought to you exclusively on Sporty Stuff TV. Our next match is a rerun of the final ever BDO World Championships, and that was between Jim Williams and Wayne Warren. Well, on that occasion, Wayne Warren was victorious, 7-4. How's this one going to play out?
Game on.
I'm sure you don't want to look at me. Straight into the action. Jim Williams finds the treble 20 with his first start. Yes, that final
100.
World Championships, for me, at the start of it, had Scott Mitchell's name written all over it. He beat the impressive youngster Leighton Bennett in the opening round, 3-1. Then
180.
beat the impressive Michael Unterbunkner. I think it was 4-0. And Mitchell beat the always impressive Scott Waits 5-4.
41.
And then went down in the semi-final to the eventual champion, Wayne Warren, 6-3. And then Wayne went on to beat Jim Williams in the final, 7-4. Wayne Warren beat Chris Landman in the quarterfinals, 5-3. And Andy Hamilton, 4-1 in the last 16.
134.
Just to complete the job, beat a legend, Justin Thompson, 3-2 in
95.
the opening round. Of course, that culminated in the Wayne Warren just receiving just £20,000, I think it was, in the end.
135.
Instead of the 100 that they were all playing in qualifiers, hoping to receive if they were lucky enough to win the Worlds, of course. And then the goons that were running the BDO decided to take it to the O2 and leave its spiritual home of the Lakeside Country Club as
Jim
Williams finds a 15-dart hold of throw and a 91 finish to win the opening leg. Repeat or revenge?
Second leg, it's Wayne to throw first. Game on.
Great news is that
60.
The WDF is taking over. Well, the WDF are always the governing body of that side of the darts. Well, now they've stepped in and now will be
45.
running it directly from the top, and it's going to return to the Lakeside Country Club in January. It starts as the
100.
PDC World Championship ends. Great to see it back. Great to see the World Masters is back to being called the Wimble World Masters, the longest running
42.
darts partnership or sponsorship or association in the history of our sport. Something else the BDO managed to destroy,
83.
albeit thankfully briefly, and it's back to being renamed what it should be, the Wimble World Masters. The current oldest tournament in world darts.
85.
Dates all the way back to 1974, of course.
85.
The World Masters wasn't actually sponsored by Wimble then. Phonogram in 74 and 75.
137.
And then 1976, the tournament was called the Wimble World Masters. Cliff Inglis winning the first one, Alan Evans the second, which was his biggest ever title.
57.
Alan Evans, of course.
Wayne, you require 36.
And then John Lowe in 76. And Bristow in 77 and 79 and
2.
81 and then 83 and 84.
Jim, you require 135.
And then we had that incredible spell. Bob Anderson winning it in 86, 87 and 88 from the very first round. That feat was achieved
95.
later on, of course, but the players
Wayne,
were
you
seeded
require
into the
34.
tournament to the latter stages.
10. Jim, you require 40.
There's your little history lesson over.
Game shot on the second leg. Jim Williams.
As Jim Williams is dominant here and finds himself 2-0 up with a breaker throw.
Third leg, it's Jim to throw first. Game on. $100.
Incredibly, Eric did win it 5 times, of course. He was beaten in the final in 89 by Peter Everson.
Wayne's last score was 100. 140.
But that was the only final he ever lost. His other 5 final appearances
83.
all resulted in him picking up the trophy.
$97.
John O'Shea, who we've seen in the live league down there in Cork, is the current champion back in 2019.
180. Jim, you require 164.
It does return this year in November or December. Going to be played in Holland.
100. Wayne, you require 138. Score. 98.
Martin Adams, of course, who
Jim,
is
you
in
require
Saturday night's
64.
final. Did the 3 on the spin, 2008, 9 and 10.
Game shot on the third leg. Jim Williams.
This is tidy from Jim
Fourth
Williams.
leg,
Just
Wayne
not
to
letting
throw
Wayne Warren
first.
get into the match.
$100.
There's a 14-dart holder throw. Averaging 94 right now to Wayne Warren's 86.
99. $60.
Only one ever non-European winner of
100.
the Masters, of course. Graham Hunt back in 1997.
100.
I sadly lost in the semi-final in 2000 to eventual winner John Walton, despite having a match start.
33.
He then went on to defeat Merv King in the final. 3 sets to 2 by the narrowest of margins.
140.
A unique tournament, the Wimbledon. It was sets, but each set only the best of 3 legs. Comebacks could certainly be had in that tournament.
77. Wayne, you require 101.
It was traditionally only the best of 3 sets very early on. Then it went to 5. And now it's Well, a ridiculous amount.
50.
Making it longer when it's shorter set sort of takes away the
140. Wayne, you
element
require 51.
of the skill of short set play. Double 16 then to get one back. Usually loves double
Game
16.
shot on the fourth leg. Wayne Warren.
Nothing wrong with that shot, and he does get a leg back by the finest of margins with his final dart, an 18 dart leg, but it's only a holder throw.
Fifth leg, it's Jim to throw first. Game on. $135. 100. 101. 41.
Could well be the beginning of the end for Wayne Warren in this one. Remember, like
66.
this morning's group, they go again tomorrow. Having one bad session doesn't necessarily make it all over.
140.
And it is the top three from this Group B to qualify for Saturday's final to join Martin Adams, and the top two from Group C, which will be concluded tomorrow morning stroke afternoon.
$123. Jim, you require 62.
Double 16 then to wrap it up.
46. Wayne, you require 97.
Treble 19. Now 78 remaining. Treble 18 for double 12.
57. Jim, you require 16. 12.
Wow, what a chance for Wayne
Wayne,
to get back into
40.
the match. Tops to break throw. He will have the darts in the next leg to level things up at
Wayne
3
Warren.
apiece. One thing about Wayne Warren, he doesn't know he is beat. If you watched him over the years before he eventually won the title, he was always involved in it on that
Sixth
lakeside
leg, it's Wayne
stage.
to throw first. Game on.
Wonderfully popular character. Really does give it everything on that stage. Back-to-back legs
99.
for Wayne. As we've seen, once you get it to 3-3, literally anything can happen.
140. 137. 60.
Myself and Jim were having a little chat earlier about his great pal, Glenn Durran.
60.
Wishing Glenn a resurgent world match play.
100.
Form's temporary, as they say. Only takes one moment to turn that around.
45.
I'm sure everybody here at the Online Darts Live League wishes him all the best. Been a tough year or so for Glenn. It's been a lot tougher for these lads, of course.
When you require 160.
But absolutely nothing to play in. Doesn't surprise me.
135. Jim, you require 62.
Just tries to plant a little seed of doubt. Double 16. Composes himself, resets.
Game, shot, and the match. Jim Williams.
15 darter in the all Welsh tie. Wins it for Jim Williams, and a little bit of revenge for that World Championship final. Well, Jim, a good average, 92.19, and a little bit better there for Wayne Warren. Just got going a little bit too late, giving Jim a 3-0 start at the beginning of the match. Entertaining, though. I did say this group was going to be interesting. Up next, Neil Duff against Kevin Painter. Group A. They came out of Group A, respectively, in second and third spot.
99.
Behind Martin Adams, I've said, is already waiting in Saturday night's final. On Monday, Neil Duff was a 4-0 winner, averaging 94, hitting
55.
2 180s in the process.
$140.
Tuesday, bit of revenge for KP. I'll put my teeth back in. He won 4-1, hitting 2 180s. And yesterday, as we know, KP went through the card unbeaten.
180.
And defeated Neil Duff 4-2, hitting 2 180s in the process. He's hit 1 in this one.
140.
Already.
Kevin, you require 82.
To leave 82 after 9. Leave 74. So 20 for tops.
42.
Tops after 12.
$95. Kevin, you require 40.
Such a tough group to get out of. And remember, we're going to lose 2. Only 3 of the 5 will progress.
Game shot on the first leg. Kevin Painter.
Oh, that's a 15-dart breaker throw for KP to get this one underway. Can he make it 3 out of 3? Like I said, lost the opener on Monday
Second leg, it's
to Neil.
to throw first.
Won the next 2.
Game on. $135.
Having got off to a great start tonight, beating Steve Hein 4-1. Neil Duff beat Wayne Warren 4-2. 180 in leg 1 for KP. Neil responds in leg 2.
81. $95.
This is match number 5.
100.
5 more to bring you at the completion of this one. And we'll at least be one step closer to knowing the 3 that will progress out of the group.
137. $90.
Fabulous last start.
Neil, you require 89.
Just in case that Neil doesn't take out the 95 break back. 20 and ball. Oh. Oh, well.
49.
Well, Kevin having a little look over his
Kevin,
shoulder.
you
And
require 95.
he probably can't believe that he's not gone 20 ball. And I can't believe Kevin Painter has gone for treble 19 on 95.
55.
Okay, a
Neil,
bizarre
you
end
require 40.
to this second leg. Neil Duff, 2 10s.
Game shot on the second leg. Neil Duff.
Well, that was a very strange end to the leg on the 95. Kevin Painter should have been going for the ball. A 25 would have left 70. A big 20
Third
would have
leg,
given
it's
1
Neil
dart
to
at the
throw
ball.
first. Game on.
All about playing the percentages.
137. $80.
Opening 2 legs. Breaks of throw.
60.
Both 1 in 15.
43. 100. 140. 100. 140. Nil, you require 104.
44, 12 for 32, or 4 tops.
Game shot on the third leg. Nil Duff.
That's a 15 dart hold for Neil Duff. So all 3 legs so far have been won in 15 darts. Neil Duff winning 2 of them. He leads 2-1.
Fourth leg, it's Kevin to throw first. Game on. $99.
Don't forget to give the
81.
online darts a follow across all the social media platforms. Don't forget give our YouTube channel
55.
the thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that alert bell. We will be back live at 9:30 tomorrow morning. I will be
140.
well, no doubt a little jaded tomorrow morning. Round about
95.
2:30 by the time I rest my head on the pillow, and then back in here for around about 7:30
60.
for a 9:30 start. All the players tomorrow in that Group C
180.
will no doubt be already tucked up in bed for a few hours, enjoying some well-needed rest.
95.
So that
Kevin, you
group
require
concludes
72.
tomorrow. Gary Stone and Fallon Sherrick at the top of the
Game
table.
shot on the fourth leg. Kevin Painter.
That's a good response from Kevin, and you could tell how much he wanted to win that leg. He levels things up at 2-2 with a very important hole to throw and stops the momentum
Fifth leg, it's
of
Neil
Neil
to throw
Duff.
first.
It was a 14-darter from Kevin Painter. He's averaging 100. 95
70.
for Neil Duff. Very high-quality game, this one. Nothing over 15 darts so far.
97. 46. 84. 95. 180.
Kevin Painter going through the full repertoire of emotions.
60.
Fourth 180
Kevin, you
of this
require
match.
140.
3-1 in that column in favour of Kevin Painter. Yeah, you take a straight ton here.
100. 140. Kevin, you require 40.
Pings the top wire. Oh, double 10. He will not want to give Duff
Game
a
shot
go.
on the fifth leg. Kevin
That
Painter.
90, and he doesn't. And you can hear the get in from KP as he breaks throw and goes in front for just the second time in this match.
Sixth leg. It's Kevin to throw first. Game on.
Led 1-0, trailed 2-1, levelled at 2-2, and now back in front with a 15-dart break of throw.
140.
Very nearly a fourth max.
28. $140.
Back to back 140s.
$100.
Averaging 103.13 right now, Kevin Painter.
140.
Wow, still such a good player. Outstanding to watch.
99. Kevin, you require 81.
Double 16 to finish off with a 12.
49.
Oof. Good effort.
$98. Kevin, you require 32. Game, shots, and the match. Kevin Painter.
An absolutely fabulous performance from Kevin Painter, winning that one full 2 in winning legs of 15, 14, 15 and 13, an average 102.13 there for Kevin Painter, a very respectable average of 90.11 for Neil Duff. Kevin Painter goes top of the table. Up next, Steve Hein against Wayne Warren. Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League for match number 6, and it's Wayne Warren up against Steve Hein. There you go, 7-4 about Steve Hein. There's the latest table for you, and it's Kevin Painter, 2 out of 2 at the top, the only unbeaten player left in this field of 5.
First leg, it's Steve.
He's on 4 points and plus 5 on the leg difference. Yeah, 7-4 about Steve Hein in this one.
60.
2-5 about Wayne Warren.
140.
Wayne Warren, for sure, has got more in the locker, but a bit impressed with Steve Hein tonight.
85.
And he's one of those players that's just going to constantly nag you and punish you for mistakes.
140.
Or is Wayne going to make me look a little foolish? I'm not saying Steve Hein's going to win. I'm just saying the 7-4 is too big, and those of you that understand the rules of gambling will understand what I'm talking about.
180.
As Wayne Warren flick the switch.
60. Wayne, you require 41.
140, 140, 180. 9 double 16 for an 11. He's just showing us how easy this game is.
Game shot on the first leg.
Well, yeah.
Wayne Warren.
The shake of the head there from Wayne is all you need to know. He's like, well, where has that been all night? That is why I thought the 7-4 represented value.
Second leg, it's Wayne to throw first. Game on.
He just threw with just such absolute freedom there. There was a lot more rhythm and a lot more tempo to his throw. Looked effortless.
60.
And then he just tries to push it a little bit more at the start
59.
of leg 2 and comes up dry with a 60. That's better.
121.
Wayne, not the heaviest practicer in the world. Those of you that know Wayne well will know that. In tournament play, he just sort of goes with the flow and
81.
improves with each match he plays, because that's where he practices.
100.
So he's played 2 matches tonight. Maybe he's just getting up to speed.
26.
It was a fabulous opening leg, wasn't it?
$43.
Steve just can't find the red bit. Nicknamed the Muffin Man. Muffin Man, if you're new to darts and wonder where that's come from,
55.
well, he bakes them. And they're very nice. When I played him in the World
59.
Championship, he
Wayne, you require 158.
gave me one.
40.
Oh, they're both shaking their head at this leg.
100. Wayne, you require 118.
The throw of Steve Hein has just never changed. Tops.
78. Steve, you require 125.
Trouble 20 for tops.
25 score. 65. Wayne, you require 40.
Well, for 2-0.
Game shot on the second leg. Wayne Warren.
Wasn't the prettiest in the world, but it is a 2-0 lead, and that should take a little bit of pressure off of Wayne and allow him to throw with a bit of freedom.
Third leg, it's Steve to throw first. $131.
Lovely cover shooting from Steve Hein.
$60.
He's 9-2 in running. Steve Hein.
55.
Our next match, we'll see Jim Williams back in action against Neil Duff.
100.
Then it's Wayne Warren against Kevin Painter. Kevin Painter's 8-11
60.
in that one. Wayne Warren even money. And then it's Neil Duff against Steve Hein. Again, they give Steve Hein absolutely no chance. They go 2-9 about Duff.
125.
Our final match, Kevin Painter against Jim Williams. I wonder
60.
what position they will be jostling for at around about 1 a.m.
60.
A chance here for Steve Hein to just get in this match. If he doesn't hold through here, he's in all sorts of trouble.
Wayne, you require 156.
Well, that's definitely a ton. I don't know why it's staying on 135. Well, that's desperately unlucky. That treble 20 left double 18.
$20.
It was risky because it was just hanging in there.
Steve, you require 135. $59.
Well, that
Wayne, you
shot took
require
everybody by
136.
surprise on the 135. Going off, coming out the board, dropping on the floor.
60. Steve, you require 76.
Tops.
36. Wayne, you require 76. $56. Steve, you require 40. Game shot on the third leg. Steve Hein.
He couldn't have left it any later to win that leg. A 24 dart leg, 23 dart leg for Wayne Warren in leg 2.
Fourth leg,
24
it's Wayne to throw
for
first.
Steve Hein
Game
in
on.
leg 3, but he's in the match.
$81. $99. $84. $100. $140. $95. $60.
That's a great 60. Up and over the treble 20 and below.
45.
That's a disastrous shot.
Wayne, you require 136.
To not even finish there.
80 score.
16.
112.
That's okay. Leaves 24.
$65. Wayne, you require 24.
A 16 dart
Game shot on the fourth leg.
hold of throw.
Wayne Warren.
And Wayne Warren re-establishes a 2-leg cushion. And Steve Hein, well, there's a maximum of 3 legs remaining. And Steve has to win them all.
Game on. $140.
And you need to do a lot more of that.
$100. $100. $38. $56. $45.
Well, he's looking good here, Steve Hein, to peg at least one back.
$135. $140. Steve, you require 70. 54 score.
Double 8.
Game shot on the 5th leg. Steve Hein.
14-dart hold for Steve Hein. And he is back within 1. Is the pressure going to build on Wayne Warren here to get this 1-1?
6th leg. It's Wayne to throw first. Game on.
Did a 1-1. Don't do that very often.
100.
Amazing dart that was. Through the gap.
81. $60.
Thank you for the positive feedback across our social media platforms. Everybody thoroughly enjoying an evening of darts.
60.
Our pleasure to bring it with you in association with Sporty Stuff TV. And as you can see around the players area,
100.
Many, many sponsors. Particularly do a lot of social media. I certainly don't do a lot of Facebook or don't do Twitter at all. I can be found occasionally on Instagram, Chris Mason 180. Don't bother trying to give me any kind of
100
nonsense.
Wayne,
you will come second.
140.
140 to get it 1. You take a ton though. Has to make sure he doesn't clip that dart or the flight.
100.
Beautifully done.
Steve, you require 121. $79.
Well, one dart at the
Wayne, you
ball to level things
40.
up at 3-3.
Game, shot, and the match. Wayne Warren.
17 dart, last dart thrown in a mixture of disgust and relief, I would have thought, for Wayne Warren, but he gets the job done. Well, an 83 average. Well, that is never a 2-5 shot, not in my book, but the bookies were proven right. I hope it cost them some pennies. Right, up next, number 7, match number 7, Jim Williams against Neil Duff. was going to say good evening, but it's just about good morning. It's good evening somewhere, and it's, of course, good afternoon somewhere else. Welcome back for match number 7. Jim Williams up against Neil Duff. Let's have a look at the latest table before this one gets underway. And Kevin Painter still remains top, of course. Played 2-1-2. 4 points plus 5. Jim Williams played 2-1-1. Wayne Warren now off the bottom with
First
that win.
leg, it's Jim to throw
2 points, -2. Steve
Game
Hein on -3. 8-11 about Jim Williams in this one. Even money about Neil Duff. It's just about right.
97. $95. $85. $55. $60. $60. $99.
It's not massively crucial if
97. Jim, you
the
require
player
160.
loses this one in terms of qualification for Saturday night's final, but it'd certainly take a little bit of pressure off.
21.
Because the loser of this one goes bottom.
100. Jim, you require 139.
Depending, of course, how heavy the defeat is.
$81.
Wayne Warren picking up his
Neil, you
first
require
win in the last
94.
game. He has one more match to go, and that's against Kevin Painter, the informed Kevin Painter.
74.
Duff misses the
Jim, you
tops with
require
2 darts for a
58.
break of throw. There's the 18.
Game shot on the first leg.
Finds
Jim
the
Williams.
tops, gets away with one there. Jim Williams, 2 darts for Neil Duff to break throw in the opening leg of the match.
Second leg, it's Neil to throw first. $60.
20 dart hold for Jim. A break opportunity in 17 and 18 darts for Neil Duff.
45. $58.
Weight of the dart was good.
55.
Just lost the weight and the line. Must be catching.
95.
Good last one. 113 in front, minus these. Feels an incredibly long match, best of 7, when you're
134.
not playing very well. When both players are going along at a steady enough pace, it can get away from you quite quickly.
$38. $45. $81.
I'd love to fill it.
140.
Very, very close.
$29. Jim, you require 82.
17 for tops.
$62.
Oh,
Neil, you
Duff
require
has
140.
left himself an awful lot to do from here on 140. Needs another one of those for double 10.
120.
It was audibly close,
Jim,
wasn't it? You
require
could hear
20.
it clip the outside wire.
$10.
Oh, another scrappy leg.
Neil,
Is
you
it
require
Neil Tuff's
20.
turn to win one? 2 5s.
10.
Well, 1-1 would have been about right with the
Jim, you require
2
10.
missed darts in leg 1 for Neil Duff at tops. 2-4-4 is the split. There's the 2, only just. Oh, that's a bus ride for Jim away from 4-4.
6. Neil, you require 10.
1 for 2.
8. Jim, you require 4. 'No score. Neil, you require 2. Game shot on the second leg. Neil Duff.
One of mine, that. A 28 darter for Neil Duff, but he levels things up at 1 apiece. It's great to see that they're actually
Third
human
leg, it's
at times.
Jim to throw first.
Sure, we've all been down there and down the pub. Ending up on 1-1. Well, it can happen to the best of them.
$140. $180.
Not from this, well, literally from one end of the spectrum to the other.
60.
That's what keeps players intrigued by this game.
100.
Can offer so much.
$55. $140. 60. Neil, you require 81. Game shot on the third leg. Neil Duff.
Well, a 28 darter is followed by a 12. Absolutely incredible, this sport, and it's just the sport that keeps giving
Fourth leg, it's
and
Neil
taking
to
away,
throw
of course. Isn't it bonkers? 20 darts, 28
100.
darts, and then a 12 darter that was made to look as easy as pie.
$95. $180.
I think he got so frustrated and annoyed with that second leg. It's just enraged him
100.
into this kind of form, playing with a lot more aggression, a lot more focus. Look at this.
135. $100. Neil, you require 86. $54. $55. Neil, you require 32. $16. Jim, you require 151.
Double trouble has returned. I can't finish now. That would have hurt. Jim took out the 151.
93. Neil, you require 16. $8. Jim, you require 58.
He works so hard to get back in the game and then go in front and then take control.
18.
Oh, has to get it now, surely.
Neil, you require 8.
Cannot keep giving Jim Williams chances. He will take them and make you pay.
No score. Jim, you require 40. $20. Neil, you require 8. Game shot on the fourth leg. Neil Duff.
Well, eventually got there. I think he was on a 13 darter, wasn't he? Or maybe a 12. Ended up 22, but more
Fifth
importantly,
leg, it's Jim to throw first.
it's 3-1 in legs to Neil Duff.
$100.
28, 12, and 22 darts used in the 3 winning legs for Neil.
40.
We've had glimpses of what happens when frustration sets in, and then you've seen how he can play when he throws with absolute freedom.
60.
A win here for Neil, or Jim, of course, and they will join
140.
Kevin Painter on 4 points, although they, of course, would have played one more match than Kevin. Kevin still has 2 to come. A match against Wayne Warren and a match against Jim Williams.
100.
Can KP do the clean sweep
100.
in Group B? He did it in Group A on Wednesday. They just sound like an awful non-gangster
60.
rapper there.
$66.
I think it's purely down to Neil just trying a little bit too hard. Darts is one of those sports where you've got to remain focused, but you can't over-try. You engage too many muscles and
95.
too many moving
Neil,
parts.
you require 155.
Actually, should be just from the elbow. But when you get tense, you grip the dart too hard, you engage the tricep. The
55.
rotator in the shoulder starts
Jim, you
to
require 86.
get involved, and then it all goes a little bit Pete Tong. Double 16.
Game shot on the 5th
Pins
leg.
it.
Jim Williams.
17 dart holder throw for Jim. He's going to need something similar in leg 6 to get back in this match.
6th leg, it's Neil to throw first. $99. $180.
Here's Jim Williams about to make his move.
$100. $140. $56. $60.
Looking good here, Jim Williams for the break of
60.
throw. And he will have the darts in the decider.
Jim, you require
6
121.
to get rid of 121. Could go bull first. That's the problem of going 20 first.
97.
Oh, what a dart that is. How on earth did he work around that one? It was plumb in the middle and underneath the treble.
174.
Oh, I caught all of us out there.
Jim, you require 24. Game shot on the 6th leg.
That
Jim Williams.
will hurt, but it is an 18 dart breaker throw for Jim. He levels things up and he has the darts in the decider.
7th and final leg. It's Jim to throw first. Game on. $60.
Only a 16. That was a 15 darter actually. My apologies.
85.
is my 6th hour of coverage today.
60.
And back-to-back 60s to start leg 7. It's just allowing Neil Duff to take control of the leg.
100. $140. 85.
For those of you that love the World Grand Prix, the Corona rules in Ireland are even more ridiculous than ours. So it's not being played in Ireland again this year. It's in the Mornings Arena in Leicester from
50.
October the 3rd to the 9th, and priority tickets are available for that one.
$84.
Well, he cannot afford to not find a trouble, and he
45.
doesn't.
Neil, you require 147.
Just enough to pick off the one trouble. He's done that. Now treble 17 to leave
131.
double 8 perfect. So all
Jim, you
barring
require
something
146.
absolutely spectacular from Jim Williams. Ooh. Treble 18. He stays there for double 13. My goodness.
Game, shot,
Wow.
and the match.
What
Jim
an
Williams.
ending to the match. Sometimes it's just all about destiny. And destiny tells me Jim was just meant to win that one. What a way to finish. A lovely 131 in the deciding leg from Neil Duff to leave double 8. And he has to stand back and watch Jim Williams take out the 146. I mean, how do you win a match with a 76 average? Well, there you go. 16 missed darts at double for Jim. 18 for Neil. 34 missed darts at a double. That's almost a match, isn't it? Anyway, there you go. Well done, Jim Williams. Pulls one out of the fire. Right, up next, this could be a firecracker. Wayne Warren against Kevin Painter. morning and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League brought to you on Sporty Stuff TV. Well, each player has at least one more match to come. Kevin has two. There's an update on the table. Jim Williams with that, well, miraculous win has moved himself up into second spot on 4 points. +1, but Kevin Painter,
First
2
leg,
out of
it's
2
Wayne
plus
to throw
5.
first.
He is the one
Game on.
in the dominant position at the moment, and I expect him to, well, I don't expect him to lose this one, that's for sure. Not the way the both have been playing
60.
so far. Wayne's even money, 8 to 11 about Kevin. I just think he's going to be a little bit too consistent, and of course has the advantage
140.
of having 3 days of good quality match practice under his belt, and that's got to count for something.
60.
Just imagine Wayne has been up on the roofs. A roofer by trade, always has a wonderful talent.
50. 60. 82.
Presume the draconian Drakeford is allowing people in Wales to work outside, I presume.
140. 180.
Didn't look in doubt from the first start there from Kevin. And he's on the pace here to break throw in leg 1.
95.
17 double
Kevin,
16
you require
incoming.
49.
Been a bad leg from Wayne. 86 going for Wayne if Kevin can't find
Game shot on the
the
first
double
leg.
16,
Kevin
and that's a
Painter.
strong start. A 15 dart breaker throw straight out the blocks for Kevin Painter, our current table topper, 1-0 up.
Second leg, it's Kevin to throw first. $85. 83. 85.
2 more matches to come after this one. Neil Duff against Steve Hein, and then Kevin Painter back in action against Jim Williams. One thing for sure, Jim won't get away with that against the form Kevin Painter's in.
180.
And that's a lovely response in leg 2 from Wayne Warren.
60.
It's got to be the longest reigning world champion in a fair few years, isn't he?
180.
Since the time that Adrian Lewis or Gary Anderson won them back to back.
76.
Back to backs.
Wayne, you require 58.
For Wayne Warren in this leg. Possible 11 darters at a 12 tonight.
Game shot on the second leg.
That
Wayne Warren.
Drop out for Kevin Painter. Matters not now. That will make him feel a whole lot better. But a beautiful leg from Wayne Warren. 2 180s in it and a 12 darter.
Third leg, it's Wayne to throw first. Game on.
2 breaks of throw in the match so far. 15 for Kevin. It got even better there. A 12 from Wayne.
100.
Well, he certainly got better as the night has gone on here. Wayne Warren.
41.
his final match. He'd love to get a win. Still in the mix, of course. Remember, it's the top 3 from this group of 5.
100.
But we'll go through to Saturday night's final. Has to be a 140, really.
140.
And he's just got to keep Wayne on his toes. Try and force an error out of him.
$19. 131.
Another beautiful example of using the board. Kevin just taking the pace out of the match a little bit, fully aware that Wayne likes to get on with it.
$98. 83.
Gave that board an old-fashioned look there, didn't he? Is that a little low? No, perfect. Finds the side. Treble 16.
168.
Beautiful. Outstanding
Kevin,
setup shot.
106.
Can still finish. Treble 17 and ball. Well, this would be a hell of a recovery.
81.
How close was that?
Wayne
Shifted
requires 16.
the ball wire. And Wayne can go in front with a double 8.
Game shot on the third leg. Wayne Warren.
How on earth has that found the gap through there? He did it earlier, didn't he? On a, he had 2 darts in the 20, just below the 60, and he managed to squeeze
Fourth
one in
leg, it's
between the
Kevin
2.
to
Well, he's
throw
done that
first.
there on double 8.
Game on.
A nice smile from
96.
KP. Inside, he will be boiling.
$60. 140. 55. 57. 94.
So Kevin, 84 in front, plus these.
128.
You see Kevin, he does the same thing over and
81.
over. Does take the pace out, but
Kevin, you require 80.
does it at the same tempo. Just gives the board a bit of a stare, takes his darts out, and then gives it another stare.
75.
Wayne Warren's turn to take a bit of time. Treble 17 leaves tops.
171.
He had a
Kevin, you
168
require
shot
5.
to set things up. Oh, that's only just in the 1. My goodness, Kevin. He's trying to work out a line.
No score. Wayne, you require 40. Game shot on the
that's
fourth leg. Wayne Warren.
Another one from a beautiful shot from Wayne Warren. Leg 3 hit 168, of course, which set up the opportunity to hold, and then a 171, just enough to plant that seeded
Fifth
out
leg,
in Kevin
it's Wayne
Painter.
to throw first. Game on.
And a 16 dart breaker throw has given Wayne a 3-1 lead.
100.
Wayne Warren 50% on his doubles. Kevin Painter 14.
137.
Scoring phase of the game, very, very similar. But not the important end.
140.
This is by far Wayne Warren's best performance of the night, if he can see this one out.
100.
Kevin just hanging on to his coattails at the moment. He's finding that 60 beautifully, isn't he, with his opening dart.
100.
Middle and high. I'm not satisfied with a ton.
100. Wayne, you require 161. 55.
Don't forget, on the
Kevin,
Online Darts YouTube channel, Saturday night, will be, myself and Phil Bars will be looking back at all the action from this week. And we will also be giving you all the information on the 12 players involved next week. We'll also be bringing you the final, of course, on Saturday night on Sporty Stuff TV from 10 p.m. We start a little later tomorrow on Sporty Stuff TV. Same time on YouTube or your
24.
chosen bookmakers, 10 p.m. At 10:30 p.m. on Sporty Stuff TV, due to the
game shot on the fifth
final of the
Kevin Painter.
One of the dog trophies. I can't remember which one it is. Greyhounds isn't my forte. Boxing and darts, that's about it.
Sixth
Kevin
leg,
Painter,
it's Kevin to throw first.
Punching his way back in this one with a break of throw in 15 darts.
95.
Wayne Warren still averaging 95, 92 for KP.
41. 100. 33. 140.
Grafting hard now. Wayne does have the insurance,
60.
of course, of having the darts in the decider.
100.
Very, very solid leg yet again from Kevin Painter. Down to a possible 14 darter.
100.
And
Kevin, you
no
require
real
66.
pressure been applied in this leg. 41 remaining, 9 for double 16. There's the 9.
34. 85. Kevin, you require 32. Game shot on the sixth leg.
And
Kevin
eventually
Painter.
finds the double 16 with his final dart, and he does take us all the way. 3-3. Wayne Warren has the darts in leg 7.
Seventh and final leg. It's Wayne to throw first. Game on. 120.
Oh, that one just slammed in to the first dart. There was nowhere for it to go. No room at the inn.
100.
Both averaging 90.
125.
That took a horrendous deflection. Needs two trebles.
55.
Oh, he got a treble. Wrong colour, wrong value. Still got to stick in. Anything can happen in these last leg situations. The pressure goes back. Twos and fro's.
100.
34 points behind, plus these.
94.
Wow, what a big dart that was. And again, it's being forced. And you can see, snatchy. That's in though. So's that.
140.
Oh, the first dart was very jumpy. And then recovered beautifully. 18 for tops to win it in style with a ton plus finish.
Game, shot,
outstanding.
and the match, Wayne Warren.
You can ask for no more than that. A 15-darter in the decider with a ton plus finish. And Kevin Painter is defeated for the first time tonight. A very close match. Seriously enjoyable. Few moments Kevin did miss opportunities. 11 darts missed at doubles. 4 out of 7 though for Wayne Warren. His best performance of the night for me against a very, very good Kevin Painter. Okay, up next, it's Neil Duff against Steve Hein. Good morning and good afternoon, wherever you're watching around the world via Sporty Stuff TV or our YouTube channel. This is our penultimate match of the night. As we have a quick update on the table. I told you it was going to be close, didn't I? We will end up with 4 players on at least 4
First
points.
leg, it's Neil to throw first. Game
Possibly 1 player on 6. Well, we're definitely going to get 1 player on 6, of course, because our final match features Kevin Painter
140.
and Jim Williams, who are both on 4 points.
100. 140. 43. 81. 100. Neil, you
Duff.
require 140.
2 to 9 to win this. 3 to 1 about Steve Hein. Double 10.
Game
My
shot on the
goodness.
first leg. Neil Duff.
Absolutely outstanding finishing there from Neil Duff to get this one underway, and it was a hold to throw in double quick time.
Second leg, it's Steve to throw first. Game on.
Well, he watched
83.
Jim Williams take out 146 while he was waiting on a double, and then steps up and takes out the 140 for a 12 dart hold of throw.
140.
He's not hanging about.
41.
Maybe trying to get last orders in the kebab shop.
$90.
I was actually in the
81.
German Donner shop a little earlier. I had the gym box for those of you that enjoy the gym or watching what you eat. 45 grams, well, 44 grams of
57.
protein, less than 500 calories, and it was absolutely salubrious.
121.
A wonderful post-training meal. Nothing wrong with a
100.
post-darts kebab. Get it down, you boys.
26. Neil, you require 140.
Well, Neil Duff in a strong position to double his lead and go 2-0 up in this race to 4. Oh, the treble 18 will have left tops. Can he see the treble 20 to leave double 8?
98.
Super
Steve, you
dart. We've
require
seen
149.
well, we could have a whole collection of those tonight.
97.
Really have seen some
Neil, you
great stuff.
require
We've seen
16.
some dramatic stuff. We've seen missed doubles. We've seen 180s aplenty.
No score. Steve, you require 52. Game shot on the second leg. Steve Hein.
Steve Hein steps in and pinches one there off of Neil Duff. It's a hold to throw. 1-1. Neil has the darts in leg 3.
Third leg, it's Neil to throw first. 100. 99.
18 180s so far tonight.
$140. 98. 100. 140.
It's got him back in the leg.
Neil, you require 161.
May have to take a big shot out, of course.
Game shot on the third leg.
There is
Neil
another
Duff.
big shot. I was just about to discuss with you all the amount of ton plus finishes we've had this evening and the importance of them. Well, it was a 140 in leg 1 from Neil Duff. He's just trumped that with a 161 in leg 3.
To throw first.
Really is showing us where he is at his
59.
very best, Neil Duff. A 140 checkout in leg 1 for a 12 darter, and he's just checked out 161 for a 12 darter in leg 3.
99.
I don't care who you are, where you play. That's proper darts.
137.
And despite the second leg that was 1 in 20 darts from Steve Hein, Neil Duff still averaging 106.
43. 138.
How you go from being able to play like this to making that transition to the very, very top echelons of the sport is just adding a layer of consistency to your game, and that
97.
can sometimes take
Steve,
years.
you require 167. 60.
One note from today, if you haven't been following all the Super Series action, that although beaten in the final by Peter Wright, MVG did make a final. He's now 24 events without a win.
60. Steve, you require 107.
Staggering for the world number 1. Has to be the leanest year since his resurgence, since picking up that World Grand Prix title.
30.
And then making his way to the top of the rankings. Well, he did stay for a good few years. Certainly hasn't had it all his own way the last,
105.
I don't know, maybe
Steve,
18 months, 2 years. Still one of the sport's very best, of course.
37.
What? The
Neil,
140
you require
was
97.
fantastic. The 161 was outstanding. But this one, in terms of winning the match and leg difference, is huge.
77. Steve, you require 40. Game shot on the fourth leg.
What?
Steve Hein.
Very much like in leg 2. Steve Hein takes his chances and another 20 dart holder throw.
Fifth leg, it's Neil to throw first.
Disparity in the averages in this match are huge, nearly 20 points. The 2 winning legs for Steve Hein have both been in 20. The 2 winning legs for Neil Duff have both been in 12. You do well to get a 12 darter here after an 81 start. You have to do a 429 darter.
59. 99. 55. $140. 76. 99.
Well, this time it's Steve Hein first down to a finish. Very doable. 104.
180. Steve, you require
That's how
104.
You get yourself back into a leg.
84.
Now he just has to
Neil, you
convert
require
one dart
50.
at tops for Steve Hein for a 3-2 lead and a break of throw. He'd have been throwing for the match. Instead, he may be...
30.
Oh, he would have been throwing to save it. Now he's got
Steve,
a
you
chance
require 20.
to break throw, hold next throw, and hold next leg, and he's the winner. Simple as that. It's not
Game
complicated.
shot, the fifth leg.
There you
Steve
go.
Hein.
An 18 dart break of throw, our first one of the match. And it goes the way of Steve Hein. Sometimes this sport just makes absolutely no sense. And this one could be a perfect
Sixth
example
leg,
of that.
Steve to throw first. Game on.
94 average, playing 82 average.
99.
And it could be the 82 average about to win 4-2. Seen it on Tuesday, of course, with Kevin
44.
Painter against Richard Rowlands. Kevin Painter averaged 97, and
100.
pretty sure it was 4-1 the scoreline.
$59.
Looking like a busted flush here. Neil Duff.
100.
So, Steve Hein is about to, well, he's on the verge of winning his
100.
second match of the night. Like I said, the odds for him winning matches tonight have been ridiculous. I gave you a heads up before we even got going this evening.
145.
I hope you took advantage. There's absolutely no way any of the guys playing tonight is a
61.
2-5, 2-7
Steve
shot to beat
requires
Steve Hein.
57.
And I mean that as respectfully as possible.
17.
And if you wonder why I think that, this is a perfect example, as was the opening match when Steve Hein played Jim Williams.
125. Steve, you require 40. No score.
Cancel that.
Neil, you require 112.
For his third ton plus finish of the match. None quite as important as this one, though. Can still finish treble 20.
76.
That leaves double 18 just in
Steve,
case.
you require 40. Game, shot, and the match. Steve Hein.
He eventually got there in the end, and Steve Hein does move on to 4 points. But that big difference in the averages did continue throughout, of course, with those opening, well, 2 of the first 3 legs were both 1 in 12 darts from Neil Duff, but ultimately beaten 4-2 by Steve Hein. Right, our final match up next, and it's a cracker. Kevin Painter against Jim Williams. Good morning and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League for our final match of this day 4 and the opening matches in Group B. There is a current look at the table, albeit brief. Steve Hein on 4 points minus
First leg,
1
it's
with
Kevin to throw first.
Wayne
Game
Warren.
on.
Kevin Painter, 4 points plus 4. Jim Williams, 4 points plus 1. Neil Duff finished for the night.
81.
2 minus 2. The minus 2 relating to legs difference, of course.
$100.
The winner of this will be the overnight league leader. And remember,
100.
the top 3 make Saturday night's final. Our Group C will resume in the morning at 9:30 a.m. with Gary Stone
85.
on the top of the table by 1 leg difference to Fallon Sherrock. A lot of players chasing them down, including
190.
Josh Richardson on 6 points plus 1. Keenan Kay on 4 points. David Uzuski,
60.
he's on 4 points plus 1. Only the top 2 though from that group. That resumes tomorrow morning, 9:30
100.
a.m. on the Online Darts YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed and that alert bell has been pressed. Give us a thumbs up as well if you like it. If you don't, I don't care.
60. Kevin, you require 101.
Double 16.
Game shot on the first
Beautiful.
leg. Kevin
Hold a
Painter.
throw from Kevin Painter. A 10 plus finish and a 15 darter.
Second leg, it's Jim to throw first.
Pissing me off. Yep.
140.
Jim Williams
60.
getting off to a good start in leg 2. That was a fabulous opening leg from Kevin.
62. 134.
Pace of this one should suit both players. Both
97.
very deliberate in their styles. Kevin was 4 to 6 favourite, Jim 11 to 10.
60.
I will crunch all the numbers from tonight and see if we can find a little bit of value for tomorrow night. Today we
100.
picked out 4 on the spin. 4 to 5, 4 to 7, 8 to 13, 4 to 5. Then I had a 5 to 6 loss
140.
with Fallon losing.
Jim, you
She
require
shouldn't have done. And
102.
then that was backed up with a 4 to 6 and then a 4 to 7. We had 15 winners out of 15 over the first 3 days. Remember, they're not my opinion. They're just the reams and reams of information I've got. I'm just relaying to
54.
you.
Kevin, you require
As always,
107.
gamble responsibly if you're going to gamble at all. Personally, you're just better off sitting back, maybe a cold one, and enjoy the action.
51. Jim, you require 48. Game shot on the second leg. Jim Williams.
He finds them in some unusual angles, does Jim. Well, that found the double 16. Not quite sure how that's gone in there. There didn't look any room, but it is 1-all.
Third leg, it's Kevin to throw first. Game on.
Steady enough leg, steady enough hold of throw from Jim. 18 darter.
180.
This is where Kevin starts to turn the screw.
97.
I think Kevin has the superior scoring power of the two right now.
140.
Jim's looked good when he's been asked the question. I'll give him that. He's been resilient all night.
140. 95.
Lost his opening match 4-2, did Jim, and then won 4-2, and then won 4-3. He's just found a way to win.
60.
Well, this leg
Kevin, you require 86.
is, well, it should be done and dusted. 68 remaining. Oh, trouble 20 would have left double 4.
36.
Averaging 105 as we get to the end of leg 2. Kevin Painter.
32. Kevin, you require 50.
Double 16 for 2-1. Second 15
Game shot on the
darter
third
of this
leg.
match.
Kevin Painter.
And in it goes. 15 dart hold in leg 1, an 18 dart hold for Jim in leg 2, and a 15 dart hold for KP in leg 3.
Fourth leg, it's Jim to throw first. $60.
And an early chance to punish.
134.
Great use of the treble 19.
$60. 140.
134 is followed by a 140 on the Jim Williams throw.
$45. 140.
And another 140, 87 after 9. Kevin Painter making his move.
100. Kevin, you require 87.
70 left, treble 18, would have left double 8.
71.
That leaves double 8 finding the ball. Using all the board there, Kevin.
$58. Kevin, you require 16. Game shot on the fourth leg.
Very
Kevin
tidy.
Painter.
That's a 13 dart breaker throw. Winning legs for Kevin now in this match. 15, 15, 13, averaging 102.
Fifth leg, it's Kevin to throw first. Game on.
This will put him in. If he can just close this one out here, which he's had a little bit of trouble doing
59.
so far tonight, he would go on to 6 points and +7 on the leg difference. His place in the finals wouldn't be quite guaranteed, but it certainly
96.
isn't far off. It's only a case of maybe winning 2 out of 2 tomorrow night.
140.
Talking them in now. That's his 5th 140. 6 scores of 100 to 139 and 180. 3 out of 4 on the doubles, 75%. A high check out of 101 and an average
140
of over 100. Vintage KP.
56.
Five 19s leave 170. 7 leave 132.
95. 46. Jim, you require 170.
I did suggest he's had a few issues closing matches out, and this is the kind of thing that's just entered his game. Bullseye. Not had one.
137.
I think he just tends to, because it's been a tough couple of years for Kevin, of course, losing his tour card.
140. Jim, you require 33.
And it's easily done. I went through the same thing. You just try too hard to close matches out. And then you lose so many by the odd leg.
Game shot on the 5th leg.
And you stand
Jim
behind
Williams.
and watch last starters go in like that, and they absolutely sicken you. So when you get in a winning position, you just try that a little bit too hard to close it out.
6th leg, it's Jim to throw first. Game on.
Eric always used to say to me, if it was a best of 7 like this, just imagine it's a best of 9. Tell you to keep playing until they say stop.
60.
A good leg from Jim. A 15 dart break of throw. The winning legs of this match have been quality throughout. 18, 15, 15, 13, 15.
180.
KP chips in with his second max. Despite that bit of a smelly 5th leg,
60.
Kevin's still averaging 101.41.
78.
So 138 points adrift here. The quiff. It's not quite as big as it used to be, is it? Let's have it
100.
right. Everything gets a little smaller as you get older.
$44. $59.
So, can KP close it out, having an extra sip of water? Just gives him a chance to compose himself. All about routine.
78.
Well, he rescued it well. Could have been worse. Down to 121 after 12. It's not exactly horrible. Another treble would put it under pressure.
100.
So Kevin should get
Kevin,
one
you
dart
require
at the ball here.
121.
Treble 20, 11 ball. 20, treble 17 ball.
97.
Not a bad second prize. 24 after 15.
Jim, you require 122.
4 18s and ball for Jim. There's 3 of them. That leaves the ball.
Game shot on the 6th
Oh my goodness.
leg.
He's
Jim
last started him
Williams.
again on the ball on 1-2-2. All credit to Jim Williams here. He is hanging in there by the skin of his teeth. Kevin Painter has the darts in the
17th
decider.
final leg. It's Kevin to throw first. Game on.
Wow. A 1-2-2 check out on the ball. Kevin has to draw on all of his experience here. 97 the average for Painter. Well, 98. 82 for Jim.
59.
Kevin starts with a 59. Jim Williams is tenacious.
85.
He will just stick in there. Does have levels and layers to his game, of course. He's going to show you them here.
140.
The checkouts from both have been absolutely brilliant. 75% from for Kevin, 3 out of 4. 50% from Jim Williams. A high of 101 checkout for Kevin. That 1-2-2 for Jim. Just to contrast and compare,
100.
Kevin's 3 winning legs, a 101 checkout for a 15, a 15 and a 13. Jim's 18, 15, 18.
96.
And it matters not, because Jim Williams now has stolen the darts in this final leg. In the best of 7, you've just got to win 4 legs. It doesn't matter how you win them.
60.
It doesn't matter how good the ones are you lose, as long as you get to 4 before your opponent, and this is a perfect example. Needs another.
140.
Finds another. How big?
Jimmy
that was a 7th 140
141.
in the match. Needs that column. 7-4. Needs the 180 column. 2-0. Is
90.
Painter on the verge.
Kevin, you require 55.
Tops to do it.
Game, shots, and the
Right,
match.
you could hear
Kevin Painter.
the reaction from Kevin Painter there. He led 3-1. And my goodness, didn't Jim Williams come close to pulling it back and winning that match 4-3. There, the averages, huge disparity in them. 95-29 for Kevin, 83.14. But look at the finishing from both. 50% for Jim Williams, 66.67%. And of course, highest checkout of the match, that wonderful 122 from Jim Williams. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the action. We're back tomorrow for another double session starting at 9:30 a.m. We'll see you then.